we mentioned earlier, I think it was in the role, about a reason to move and how that informs your neurology and also drives the neurodevelopment sequence. When I was doing my recovery, I went straight into this recovery model immediately from immediately after my stroke. When I had my stroke, I was hospitalized for 2.5 weeks ahead of my brainstem surgery. I lost the ability to walk from the stroke, but then while I was in the hospital, I was rolling around on the hospital floor, crawling on the hospital floor, and I taught myself to walk again in those 2 weeks. I then had the brainstem surgery, which really smashed me up, and I couldn't even crawl after that. So a week in the hospital, where they were still trying to, give me these isolated exercises and all of that, I'd had enough of that, and I signed myself out, still in a wheelchair, unable to walk. But what I did, I resolved not to try to walk until I had all of these neurodevelopment sequence patterns, competency in them. And what I found is, because I was then crawling for all of my mobility needs, because I'm living my recovery, there's all sorts of fringe benefits start coming in. What I would do is, if I was sitting watching the telly, and then I wanted, say, my glasses over there, I would crawl over to my glasses. I would then come up onto my knees to free my hands up so I could pick my glasses up. But then in coming up onto my knees, I'm now practicing standing up. I'm practicing weight bearing on 2 limbs with a vertical pelvis. But I'm a lot shorter than if I was standing up. So I've got a lower center of gravity, which is less challenge. And I've got 2 great big feet, which make me even more stable. And so if you start to live your rehab and have a reason to move, you start getting all of these things for free thrown in, and it's not cognitively driven. So you're using the authentic pathways. So when I'm going on this, is what I would strongly recommend you to do is, whether it's just in one room in the house, or if you're as nice and obsessive as me, just everywhere in the house. If you've got carpets, crawl, don't walk. And you will get all of these benefits without having to think about them. And more important, they're a bigger benefit when you don't think about them, because they will myelonate the authentic pathways.